You though? You
I'm pretty
good?
good, bro. How are you?
Man, I'm great. I'm great. We're live now.
Right
Oh
now.
man. Yeah. Moke and friends. Today it is me and sMokes. sMokes, how you doing, brother?
What's up, my G? Hey,
Man.
man. Way
I,
overdue, bro. I'm glad
man,
to.
it is. It's actually very way overdue, but I understand that it's hard because we don't live in the same spot. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying?
yeah, yeah.
But I like what you got going on in there. I like that.
Oh, this is a little room that I got. It's this house that I'm staying at right now. It's a little house, a little room in the back where I do all my stuff at. Where I
Oh
do my
shit! Is it
podcast.
is
Well,
that
I
is that like
mean, well, I don't do my
a go?
podcast in here, but I do my YouTube stuff in here. Like I do reaction videos and stuff.
Is that a drum set in the back?
No, no, those are actually pops, Funko
Who?
Pop,
What's that?
Funko Pops. You never heard Funko Pops?
Nah.
Let me show you one real fast.
All right.
These things.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah. I seen that you had. Those are dope.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
How many you got?
Bro, shit. Maybe like over 200.
What made you get into? What made you like want to collect those?
Bro, like I really just like I used to watch like shoe unboxings, like Jordans and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And there was this one pretty he's pretty well known on YouTube, and he started doing pop unboxings, and I was like, damn, those look dope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They had some Marty McFly ones from like Back to the Future, and I was like, oh, bro,
Yeah.
they gotta have that. You know what I mean? So like I just started once I got a few, bro, I started going crazy and shit.
Are they like collectibles?
Yeah, the collectibles. Yeah, they have like they have special edition ones. They have like hard to,
Mm.
they have what they're called chases. Like it's like one like it's a 1 in 7 chance to get, so they're harder to find.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
like yeah, man, they got some worth up in the thousands and shit.
So do you buy all those from the mystery? Do you go to the store and get them?
Yeah, I order a lot online, but we,
Yeah.
we go Funko Pop hunting. Me and my boys they like doing it too. So we go to
Yeah.
Target. You can find them at Target, GameStop, stuff like that.
Okay, cool. All right, so as we get into this, I want to say that you are my first guest that is actually a another podcaster. You know what I'm saying? And I love that because I don't know how the podcast realm is, but I'm
Yeah,
always trying to have unity with people. You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
I
yeah,
know
yeah.
I know that there's some people that may not want to fuck with other people because of competition, but I don't know. Like I love everybody, so I want to talk with
Yeah.
everybody. You know what I'm saying? And so I appreciate this, but
No.
let me. I'm gonna put up one topic, but when I put up this topic, I'm gonna tell you something. I have a bone to pick with you. I have a bone to
Okay.
pick with you
I
on
knew
this
this was gonna.
topic.
I knew this was gonna come up, bro. I fucking knew it.
No, okay. Look, before we get into it, this is my bone to pick, and my bone to pick is a selfish bone to pick because I thought about it all the time. So I think it was 2017, and it was Hip Hop Fest, and that I remember you were running, and I think it was at like Far West or some shit, like
Yes,
something out
it
there,
was the one before the last one, right? Because the last one was that over there at I forgot what it's called, but it was at a different venue.
right? And so I remember that one was it was kind of chaotic because there was a lot of people that you know how rappers get when they want to show up when they want to show up and they want to show up after the time they're supposed to perform and then be like, hey, I want to perform, and then niggas
Yeah,
get like the 20-minute set, they want to do a 30-minute set. So this is why I say it's a selfish bone to pick because I understand how all this shit ran. But I remember that year, Earn.
yes,
Yeah,
yes, of course.
Ern was
Shout out to
on. I
Ern.
know, of course. I know, shout out Ern. Ern was on the bill to perform, and I remember we
Hmm.
went, and that was my first time being back in West Texas for a while. And
Yeah,
I remember I was mad because Ern didn't get to perform, and what
yeah,
people didn't know is that I was going to be on the end of Ern's set, so I really wanted to perform, and I haven't performed in years, and so I remember I was mad. I was like, man, fucking
yeah,
smokes, blah blah blah. But
yeah.
but
Understandable.
but as a rapper and as a person who understands how shit goes, I understand
Yeah.
because Aaron gave me some different information, and we were those niggas who pulled up after he was supposed to perform and wanted to
Yes.
perform. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But how'd you get in the battle tag? Oh, my bad. That was my only beef with you. That was my only beef. You know?
Let me touch on that real quick. Let me touch on that.
Okay, let's
And
go.
I know you're gonna bring this up because you talked about this on a podcast you had with Seafresh.
Oh yeah,
And I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of upset what Seafresh had to say, but I
yeah,
don't. Seafresh is the homie, so I mean
yeah. That was years ago.
I understand really what I did. I didn't give any time between sets.
Hmm.
I overbooked. I booked too many people,
Right, right.
and me thinking, being so naive, thinking that people were gonna show up on time and it was just gonna go perfect.
Yeah.
You know, me thinking that there was not gonna be no people were gonna show up late. If people show up on time, I was able to probably make it happen. But really, in the end, it was my fault. I shouldn't have stacked them up so closely like that.
But
So many performances.
but
You know what
why
I
did
mean?
you do that though?
It was a fucking rookie mistake, bro. It was a rookie mistake.
Oh, that was your first time?
That was actually my second event.
Okay. Wow.
So my first
Man.
event,
Uh,
my first event was a small event that DDP actually gave to me, right? So I
okay.
got
Yeah.
into the promoting world from DDP,
Right.
right? So I did one small event and it was real successful. It was dope. Like everybody showed up, everybody was on time and like it just went
Yeah.
like really well. But it was a small event. We're talking about 60, 70 people
Right.
max.
Right. Yeah.
And then Hip Hop Fest comes in and then it's just we had like over 25 artists, 30
Right.
artists in 2 days, 2 nights. And
And what was the time frame? Like when did y'all start and when did y'all end?
the times on every
Yeah,
night,
because
both nights
I know
started
like what time?
on Friday night, 8 o'clock
Mhm.
till two,
Okay.
and then Saturday night a little bit later, like around 9 to 2.
So see that's a lot because the year before like Hip Hop Fest would start or a couple years
Like at
before
two
Hip Hop
o'clock.
Fest would be like yeah all fucking day, which
Yeah.
that is hit or miss. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas in
Yes.
West Texas ain't trying to be out on a
Yeah.
Saturday at 2 p.m. all
Yeah.
the way to like 2 a.m. So
That's
it
why.
sucked for some of the niggas.
Yeah. That's why I didn't do that. I mean, even though we
Right,
had some problems, 'cause I think Ono didn't perform too. There was like two other
right,
cats that didn't perform, and I think they're mad and they spoke ill on my name and stuff like that. But no, like I know there's a lot of people who saw from their perspectives that they thought
right.
that I was like a unorganized promoter, which I did probably fuck up. That's why I stopped promoting. Cause ultimately I was not good at it really. But
Yeah.
that night was a very legendary night. Like
Oh
we
yeah,
had
it
dope
was.
ass battles, bro. We had perform when Nick
Yeah.
D performed, bro. When Nick D
Oh
and Latino
yeah.
performed, the crowd was fucking. The room was packed, bro.
That's why I was mad I didn't get to perform because it
Yeah,
was that night. I forgot what night. I think it was the first night. That motherfucker was lit, and that's why
yeah,
I was salty.
yeah. And I understand now that I know that, bro. I feel. I mean, but Erner did show up an hour late, bro.
Right? Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. I know. I got on his ass. I was like, because I was with him that whole day, and I was like, my nigga, why the fuck wouldn't you say something? Like you waited the last minute. Oh, it's like 10 o'clock. We finna go. Yeah, I'm supposed to go in at 9. Nigga, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? So I understand, and then I was trying to be like, all right, man, let me holler at sMokes because I
Yeah,
think besides then that was like I've never met you. I don't think I've ever met
yeah.
you. Yeah. So
Yeah. We never like really met, but like before that, DDP did a small event when I first started battle rapping.
uh huh.
And I saw you perform, and I actually went up and shook your hand, and I didn't even know what your name was, but I saw you
Yeah.
perform, bro. And
Yeah.
and let me tell you, bro, that's the first time I ever saw you or met you, and it
Yeah.
was an amazing performance, bro. Like I remember, I was so fucking intrigued with your set, like the
Yeah.
way I remember you stood up on top of a chair, bro. You stood up on top of a chair, and like you fucking like stared at the crowd like in this like this dope, like you're like in the moment, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
remember
Yeah.
I was seeing like how you were performing, bro, and I was very impressed, bro. I was like, God damn,
Thank you. Thank you.
that's what I want to do. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that, man. I really. So you were a battle rapper.
Yes, I battle rapped. I had 4 battles for battle tactics.
How did
Two,
how
two, two got released. Two didn't.
how did that come about?
So it's kind of funny because it all leads into me being a podcaster. It's crazy. It really does, man. DDP helped me a lot, man. I started. I've been rapping since I was like 13, 14, like freestyling.
Uh,
Using the karaoke machine, recording little
yeah,
stuff, like ghetto shit.
yeah,
And then so I was around 22, 23, and I was like, that's when I started really wanting to get serious about it. And I just
yeah.
fell in love with battle rap, bro. You know what I mean? I fell in love with grind time back in those days. If battle rap fans, they know grind time is the OG spot and shit to watch rap battles. But anyways, I wanted to rap battle. I saw DDP was the one that was doing it around here. I hit him
Yeah,
up, battle rap for him a couple times. The first one wasn't so good. The second time I actually did pretty well, and
yeah.
started getting a little bit of love, started getting my name out there. And then DDP told me to drop some projects. I dropped some projects. He got me to promote. I started promoting, so that's all took off.
So okay, so for battle rap, because I don't know the dynamics of battle rap, and I have a big respect for people who battle rap because I can compose a song, but I can't cleverly talk shit about somebody. And like you know what I'm saying? Like just reciting the shit. So okay, so as a battle rapper, so somebody says, all right, next week you're going against Sensei Tomoki. How would you prepare for that battle?
So what I would do, usually we try to have 2, 3 weeks notice to prepare,
Okay.
right? Because it's all premeditated battles. The
Mm-hmm,
ones
you're
that
right.
we the
Right.
ones that we did in the league, the ones that we take more. The premeditated battles are like taking battles more seriously. You know what I mean?
That means
You're just
pre battle means you're writing your shit.
writing your shit before.
Okay. All right.
Okay, because like really like the battles that we're doing, it's more of a theatrical experience. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like the bars are harder, they're more complex, they're more personal against your opponent. You know what I
Right.
mean? So what I do, I give my opponent the name of my opponent, I research him and talk the most horrible shit against him. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So
I
what's
find
up?
out you find out their weaknesses and you make fun
Right.
of whatever you can about them.
So is there any line that you can cross and you can't cross?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, there's a lot, bro. Like dead relatives and stuff like that. And
So
there are battle rappers that do that, bro. And I
yeah.
don't do that. I don't
Yeah.
do that. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't want somebody to do that against me. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then
Right.
again, it's battle rap, bro. And in battle rap, it's supposed to be battle rap. You know what I mean? So like if like say if I was in a rap battle and somebody they say some shit like that to me, I get mad, but I'd hold it in and get through the battle. You know what I mean? I'd beat him with my words instead of beating him with my fist.
Do
That's the
do
best way to
they
go about that.
do they tell y'all like, hey, no fighting? Do they give y'all like a set
Oh,
of
yeah.
rules?
There's some rap battle leagues that have they put tape on the ground and they tell you don't cross that line. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Somebody crosses that
Wow.
line, the host intervene.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. That's
Yeah, it's crazy,
okay.
bro. Like I tell this to people all the time. If they want to be a battle rapper, you gotta be ready to be a very negative person,
Right. Right. So how
and
many?
that's part of the reason I stopped doing it because I was like I was like I was just tired of being negative, talking shit to
Right.
everybody all the time, and,
Yeah.
and always getting in arguments, and because we were arguing online, but like we had battle rap like little chat rooms on Facebook.
Yeah.
We were always talking shit. You know what I mean?
Let me. All right. Let me ask you a question, and I'll give you my answer first, just so it won't sound biased. Who in West Texas do you think is the top battle rapper? I will go with Seaweave.
See, a lot of people will go with Seaweave, and Seaweave's up there for me. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Seaweave's up there for me. Um, yeah, Seaweave was like top three to me.
Right.
But there's so many in West Texas, bro. Like DDP was really a
DDP was
badass
nice.
battle rapper.
Yeah, he was good. I like
That dude
DDP.
was fucking crazy. He was so smart,
Yeah.
bro. He's so complex with the bars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And yeah, Seaweave, DDP, and shit. Who else, man? Ono had a good run. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Ono was nice too. I forgot it
Yeah,
was a battle rapper.
yeah,
I
yeah,
forgot.
yeah, yeah.
All right. So what was it like putting Hip Hop Fest together? Now, because I know that with you being from West Texas and knowing a lot of people there, I know that there are the homies that can rap that you're gonna put on, the homies that can't rap that want to be like how what was in your mind of the people you picked and how you set it up and you know what I'm saying? Like what was the main goal for you?
Main goal for me was to make a dope card. like
Right.
a all out dope card, bro. Like there were some people I had to make a little money doing a hip hop fest to
Of
pay for the
course. Yeah.
venue and to pay for like all the promotion and everything that comes with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I always focused on putting the people that were really dope and the people who had been hardworking, and I
Hmm.
would put them in the main, like in the main, in the best time frames. You know what I mean?
Right.
The people who I thought that were still has some, who I thought needed some more work and weren't hadn't put in a lot of work in West Texas raps, West Texas hip hop scene. I would
Hmm.
put them in like the lower, like the earlier time
Right.
slots, and
Right.
they'd have to pay for those. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
that's what I was known for. And people always gave me like shout outs and they gave me a lot of respect because I always made dope. I always put out dope cards. You know
Right.
what I mean? I didn't really fuck with the whack with motherfuckers. Oh, I didn't really fuck with people who were negative. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Who were known for having like bad, reps. Like you know what I mean? Like people who were known to like start fights in the venues and stuff. Like being a promoter, bro, it's a hard job, bro. When that West Texas Hip Hop Fest, that first one, bro, like it fucking opened my eyes a lot, bro. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it was like I wasn't ready. I don't think I was ready for it.
Right. Because I always felt that being a promoter in West Texas, in my opinion, I always felt like you have to be okay with breaking even or be okay with taking that loss.
Yes. No, bro. When
Because
you're a start, if you're not having a main act, bro, that's what it is, bro. Breaking
yeah,
even. That's your
right.
goal. It's to break fucking even. And
Yeah.
nobody believes me. All the fucking art. Every time I book an artist, and this is the thing about being a promoter. You gotta deal with so many fucking egos, bro.
Mm.
Everybody
Mm.
thinks they're a fucking star when they got 10 followers and shit.
Right, right. For real,
No,
yes.
everybody's been doing this for a long time. Everybody's been putting videos out. Everybody's been putting music out. You know what I mean? Everybody
Right,
thinks
yeah.
and I always tell people you should always recognize your self worth. You know what I mean? You should,
Of course, of
but
course.
at the same time, be realistic. You know what I mean? Like work with
Right.
me here. You know what I mean? So like,
Yeah.
I had to deal with a lot of that all the time and shit. Like you know what I mean? So like, it was like I would try to convince them I'm not making any fucking money, bro. This is a local thing. These are
Right,
local
yeah.
rappers that I'm putting on. You know what I mean? I don't have a main act bringing. You know what I mean?
So as a promoter, how does it, because I always, okay, as a promoter, and I don't know how you did your promotion, so I'm just gonna speak as a promoter of promoters that I've seen and stuff. Why do promote? And I mean, okay, as I'm about to ask this, I kind of answered this question in my head, but why do promoters who promote local shows, and before I go in this isn't like me taking any whatever at you. This is just a general
Yeah,
question. Why do
yeah.
promoters at local shows charge artists to perform, and then why do promoters at local shows charge door entry for people that they see all the time? And I kind of already answered that question, but I want to hear your perspective.
Okay, so well, like I said, we're just trying to break even. Some people are trying to make a buck. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay.
The way I mean, the way I did it, I only charged the rappers that still needed work. Like I said earlier, you know what I
Okay.
mean? Like
Mm.
if you're a local rapper and people knew about you and you're in the scene and you've been at shows and you've had some like at least an album out or a couple dope ass little videos out, you know what I mean? You
Hmm.
didn't pay me. Like a
Right.
lot of rappers didn't pay with me. Only the guys who had lower time slots who were still trying to make a name for themselves.
Right.
Those are
Gotcha.
shit. And every time I charged, like the way I did it, when I did like charge entry, it was real like $5, bro.
Oh, you know
Five or
what?
$10.
I want to shout you out because even though I left Hip Hop Fest mad, I gotta thank you because you put me on the list. You put me on the list and
Yes.
let me through. Yes, man. Damn, I feel like an asshole now.
No, it's all good, man. I put like yeah, I had like I think like 25 names that I had on a guest list that didn't have to pay.
Yeah, and and that was, I guess, in my mind, now that I'm not a rapper anymore, it was kind of fucked up because in my mind, I was like, I was doing shit in West Texas for so many years and people knew me. So I felt like that nigga that, you ain't got to know me, but motherfuckers know me. So I'm going to ask to put you on the list. But now I think about that, that was some asshole shit, man. Like, I apologize for that. But I thank you for putting me
Nah,
on the
bro.
list. But I feel bad for that shit now because, dude,
Nah.
as I became a podcaster, I lost all that rap ego. You know what I mean? I lost all of it. Like, I love the fact that I can just be a weird nigga all the time now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I have that humility. That's why I said I wanted to discuss the first thing, that bone I had to pick with you, and then I wanted
Yeah.
to apologize for having that bone to pick with you, even though you put me on the list.
No, it's all good. That's what this is about, bro. That's why I love
Yeah,
this podcast shit. Like,
right,
to build, like, to dialogue like this and to build like this, because like we understand where we're coming from now. You know what I mean? We understand what we're
right.
going through in those
Yeah,
moments and
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
And that's dope as fuck, bro. Yeah, bro.
And
Like, when I came into the scene and I started promoting and like hitting up venues and stuff, I always kept it in my mind to always show love to the people who have been doing work before me.
right,
To
okay.
always show that respect. That's why my first shows had Respect is Due records in it.
Shout out, respect this dude, man. Shout out Aaron. Aaron's
Always
watching.
include the Booster. Booster performed for 90% of my show. I said that in the podcast before.
Yeah,
I was always showing love to the people who the OGs, people who had been putting in work. You know what I mean? And I,
yeah,
I would
yeah.
never have charge. I would never charge them. You know what I mean?
Right, right, right. Yeah, Booster put me on. He put me on at the car show, like on the main stage one year, and he was just
Oh
like,
yeah.
"Hey, man." He was like, "Hey, man, just have your set clean, no cursing." Boy, I went up there and I was like, "What the fuck is up, boy?" Um, who was it? Nick's dad, the other Nick. His dad afterward was like, "Yo, like, what is wrong with you?" And I was just like, "I don't know, nigga, but I'm leaving." I got the fuck out of there. But shout out Booster. Booster always has looked out for me. He like, there's one point that he wanted me to be in Respect Is Due, and I felt with
Oh
him
really?
hard, but yeah, but I just didn't, because I knew how tight their brotherhood was, even though I hung out with them a lot. But I was just like, I didn't know if I would have fit in, because I was just a random ass rapper. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't like a gangster rapper. I wasn't like a conscious rapper. I was just a nigga who just spit random fire ass bars.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
before I go to the next topic, I want to say, because I be watching people and shit, and I don't be saying shit. I'm proud of you, man, because not too long ago, your house caught on fire.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody made it out right. Everybody's good.
Yes. Yes, sir.
You know,
Yes, sir.
man, we the same age, man. Don't be doing that, yes, sir. Nah, I feel
No,
you.
when I'm
I do the same. I do the
I
same
just
thing. I
gotta
do it to my.
respect, bro. Not,
I
I
do
take
it to
this
my
for a
son
while, bro.
too. But
Yes, bro.
and I remember, that happening, and it was like you were quiet for a little bit, and then next time I looked, like, you're grinding, you got your shit going, you know what I'm saying? And you're podcasting and getting all that. So I mean, like, I'm proud of you, because a lot of niggas, when they came back from that, because I know if that would have been me, I probably would have been like, man, fuck all this shit. You know what I'm saying? It probably
Yeah.
would have took a long time. But how long ago was that?
It's been about 7, 8 months.
And look where the fuck you at now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like all your shit is, my opinion, is like
Yeah.
quality, but like you're hitting the ground hard, and you know what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah.
cool to
Thank you.
see, like, a nigga go through some shit. And it ain't cool to see a nigga go through some shit, but it's cool to see a nigga go through some shit and then
And come.
overcome that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And
Yes, bro.
and then come back better than what you was doing at first. You know what I'm saying? So if
Yes.
I had like a round of applause button, they would clap, clap, clap. You know what
Man,
I'm saying? But
thank you so much. Hey, Moke, like, really, like, that really means a lot coming from you, bro, because you've been doing your thing. People like your shit. Like, I respect you a shitload for, so that, like, that means the world to me, bro. Like,
yeah.
I'm gonna fucking clip that little, and I'm gonna fucking play
Hey,
it that every morning and shit.
do what you
But
do, man. Do what you do.
when that shit happened, it did fuck me up, because it fucked up the route that I was doing my podcast in. You know what I mean?
What
And
happened?
fucking, it was an electrical fire.
Mm.
I came home from work. That's funny because nobody knows this. I came home from work. My friend pulls up with his kids. His kids go inside with my kids, and my wife's in there. And we
Mm.
decided to go get a 6-pack real quick from the store.
Right.
Go get a 6-pack. As soon as we come back, I seen flames from the back of the house.
Damn.
Fucking jumped. I was in a work van for the company I used to work for at that time. I jumped out the fucking van with it. It's still in drive, bro. Like, I just fucking panicked. I just jumped out the van. My friend,
Yeah.
he was very quick. He grabbed onto the brake and put it in park. I
Damn.
jumped out the van, ran inside the house, grabbed my wife, grabbed my kids, got them all out.
They didn't know?
They didn't even know because it was like it started on the outside of the house in the
Mm.
back. So they didn't even smell smoke. They didn't see smoke. They didn't know nothing, bro. So
Damn.
I go in there, get my wife, get my kids out, and then we start trying to put it out. We get like a water hose, but the flames were out of control, bro. So we called the firemen. Shout out to Midland Fire Department. They came like in fucking 3 minutes, bro. And they came fast, but there's nothing. The flame. It was a mobile home. You know what I mean? The flames took over, damaged.
Yeah.
So, but and I was quite after that. I was quite, like for a second, I was like, damn, god damn, like some of my equipment fucked up. You know what I mean? Some of my
Mm-hmm.
mics fucked up. It took me so long. Like I don't know if people notice, but this shit's expensive, bro. Mics and
Yeah.
interfaces and laptops and
Mm-hmm.
just fucking mic stands, bro. Tripods, shit like that. Just
Yeah. Yeah.
like, and a lot of that shit got ruined in the fire. And after that, I was down, bro. Like I didn't want to do it no more. Like I really did not want to do it. Like, well, not I didn't want to do it for a while. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
And then shout out to Javi the Prophet. Shout out to you,
Who?
Javi. Javi the Prophet.
Shout out Javi the Prophet.
We had
What
did
do
a
Javi do?
podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We did a podcast. He's by the way, Javi the Prophet is a rapper from Midland, Texas. You need to look him up and have him on your podcast. He's coming up out of Midland, Texas. He's a dope ass rapper. He's coming up fast, bro.
Is it Javi with a J?
Yes,
All right.
JAVI the Prophet. Look
Okay.
him up,
I'll
bro.
check it out.
He's fire, bro. But shouts out to him. The day before my house caught fire, I had did a podcast with him in that room in that house.
Oh wow.
Mm. Fire
Damn.
happens. Fire happens. He calls me the next day and he's like, "What the fuck, bro? What the fuck? I can't believe this shit got fire, bro." And I'm like, "Yeah, bro." And like I had our podcast on a memory card, and
Mm.
it burned up, bro. Our podcast lost. He's like, "Man,
Damn.
I don't give a fuck about that podcast. I just hope you're all right. Are you good? Can I do
Right.
anything?
Right.
Can I buy your kids some fucking pizza or something? Can I?" He was
Wait.
very.
Wait. So you were like, oh damn, house caught on fire. I lost the podcast. That was your mind.
I was worried
That's
about
some
the podcast.
podcast shit.
I told my
I
wife
feel you.
that night after she was up, we're all shooken up, and I told my wife, like, "Fuck the podcast." She's
Yeah.
like, "Leslie, really? You worried about that?" I mean, I was worried about everything, but that was one of the things that were in my mind. I take my podcast very serious. You know what I mean?
so
But
go ahead.
so
Sorry.
he showed love, and he's like, "You
Mhm.
know what, bro? You gotta get back in there, bro." Because I told him, like, "Man, I'm not even trying to fuck with the podcast." Like, and he's like, "You know what? Take your time, get your family right, bro. When you're ready, I want to pay for studio time at JS Studios in Odessa. Have you heard of JS Studios?"
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So a week later, he messaged me once, and he's like, "Dude, I want you to come see this place, and I don't want you to quit. You need to get back up there." And just
Yeah.
wasn't feeling it, bro. I just wasn't feeling it. You know what I mean? And finally, I was like, "You know what, bro? Let's fucking do it, bro. Let's just fucking do it, man. I need to keep on going." And then we had a dope ass podcast in a fucking beautiful studio, bro.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. That was dope. That
Yeah.
was fucking dope. So next, let me take it here. How did you get into podcasting?
Okay. You're real good at this podcast and stuff, bro. I like the way you keep it rolling.
No, oh, look.
I like the way you. Like, I'm learning from you right now, bro.
Wait. No, let me confess real quick. I told myself I wasn't gonna tell this story, but I'm gonna tell the story because I just like keeping it
Please.
real and being transparent. I remember it was maybe December or November. I remember one of those times I hit you up and I was telling you like, hey, yo, I got doing this podcast, you know what I'm saying? Blah, 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 yada, yada. And so we were like, yeah, okay, cool. And then I forgot what it was. When did you do the podcast with Caleb?
That was recently. That was like
Yeah.
about 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, shout out Caleb. I always said Caleb looked like he'll shoot me, but that's my nigga though. Shout out Caleb. Nah, but when I saw that that podcast, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm gonna keep it a fucking buck. When I saw that podcast, I got jealous. I said, this nigga's doing it. I'm not even gonna fucking lie. I said, yo, he is doing it, and I got jealous. But I got jealous for at least a day, and then that it turned into motivation because I was
Mm,
always just used to doing the bare minimum for my podcast. You know what I'm saying? I
mm,
would never prepare for my podcast. I would just smoke hella weed and then get on the shit and be like, you know what I'm saying? And then I was watching y'all shit and I was like, yo, this shit looks fucking good. The ambience, every fucking thing. And
yeah,
then like I said, my jealousy turned into motivation. And then I got happy because I love seeing niggas podcasts and I love seeing
yeah,
people in West Texas podcasts. And
yeah,
I love your come up. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah.
I like all this shit. Are you the only person who does your podcast? You got a team or
Now we got a team. Yeah,
see?
now we got a team,
So
bro.
yeah, so
I
like
was
your
doing it all
shit,
by myself.
like your shit looks fucking official as fuck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
So after seeing that, I started telling my niggas like, yo, I can't just go on there like I'm talking to y'all niggas every day because everybody doesn't work like that. And everybody
yeah.
doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like some people like to prepare some shit. And so I podcast my homeboy, and that podcast actually dropped today, but I podcast him like maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I kind of just, with the bare minimum, I kind of set some shit up and kind of had some talking points and all that stuff. And so this is how I doing it now, but like shit, you inspired that because
Bro,
I saw that shit, like real shit. And I wasn't gonna tell the story because I was like, yo, it's gonna make you sound like a hater. But I'm not a hater.
no,
I
no.
promise you, I'm not a
No, bro. You
hater.
know what, bro? That like fuck that motivates me, bro. Like that you're like that you're like that you're like damn this fool doing it like that's everything,
Yeah,
bro. Because I'm very hard on myself, bro. Like
yeah.
very hard on myself. When I first started podcasting, bro, like they weren't that good, bro. They weren't. I was you could tell I was nervous. I was jittery,
Yeah.
and like even though I did have my very first podcast was with Nick D,
Okay.
and even though I was prepared, you could tell that I was nervous, bro. And I was like
Right.
kind of
Right.
rushing through the questions and you know what I mean? But I learned over time. Like I've been, I studied the greats. I've listened to like almost every one of yours on SoundCloud,
Oh
and
shit.
bro, I study a lot, bro. Like I'm telling you, bro. The one we did with Scat in the backyard in this pool.
Ah man, that one was
That,
great. I fucking
that one
love
was
that one.
fun, bro, because like it was like real life. Because you can hear his kids in the background and shit.
Yeah, yeah, like that.
Yeah,
That's one thing about me, man. I love all the organic shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
I don't edit too much. Well, no, I don't think I've ever edited. You know what I'm saying? But I love all that shit. Like even when we first started, like my girl walked in, was like, "Hey, I just got home." But I like all that shit because it's
yeah,
like I want the people to be the fly on the wall. You know what I'm saying? You know, like if somebody's talking, you can't really edit and go back and do all this shit unless it just gets really like incriminating. You know what I'm saying? Then that's when.
yeah.
But
You
I
gotta
try
be,
to stay
yeah,
away from motherfuckers who start talking reckless like that. But yeah, man. Yeah, my bad. Sorry to cut you off, but yeah, that was my whole thing. That because I did a few Zoom podcasts. I did one with my sister. I think I'm dropping one Monday. It was I did one with C Fresh, and it was still to me like the bare minimum, you know what I mean? And so I know some people who was like, hey, there's StreamYard and all the other shit. And so I got that, and then I started setting like an ambience and all this stuff. But yeah, watching you and Caleb motivated me. I was like, yo, this
yeah,
nigga has Caleb on here. Caleb will shoot me. You know what I'm saying? I need to quit saying that because I joke with Caleb all the time about that. Because Caleb is a cool dude. I just said
yeah.
he looks like a nigga who would shoot somebody. You know what I'm saying? But Caleb's a cool dude. Shout out Caleb. But so how did you get the podcast?
Okay, so I was doing my this is when I was real into promoting. I started doing shows at the Atrium Lounge in Midland, Texas, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So I don't know if you remember this, but I was doing like interviews with the little cheap camera, and I interviewed Ono,
Mm-hmm.
Texas Pesci, and Hooligans Quest, Gabino. Like I don't know if you heard of that group,
Nah, I've
but
heard of the Ono
okay,
and Texas Pesci, but not that one.
okay, okay. So they're actually a rap group that used to do a battle tactics. They're with me, but
Okay.
whatever. So shit. But so I started promoting, and I was like, you know what's a good deal? Like I thought it was a good idea to interview the artists who were performing on my shows.
Mm-hmm.
Extra promo leading up to the show. So
Right,
like
right, right.
a week before the show, every day I was interviewing another artist that was going to perform on my show.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's how it all started out. I was like, I just started. It was like a little cheap camera, bro. Like it was like all like it wasn't like no good editing. Like I was editing off the software for my laptop that was for free and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
Right. Yeah.
and so that's how I started doing it. And then like I remember like I was doing them, and I liked them. I enjoyed them because the questions and people thought it was for people around here. It was new. People weren't
Right.
doing that.
Yeah.
A lot of
Right.
people weren't doing that. They weren't interviewing local artists, and they weren't putting them up, and they were showcasing them on their shows and shit. All like
Yeah.
in a big ass promo package. The way I was doing it.
Yeah.
So I was doing the shows, and I didn't like promoting became a problem. My wife wasn't really digging in anymore. Um, you know, so I
I
had to stop
know.
that. I had to stop that, but I still wanted to be in the game somehow. And of
Right.
course, I was gonna still make music and everything, but I was like, I need to do something with media. So I was like, I started a YouTube. I started
Hmm.
doing like reaction videos, and I was like, you know what? I got the equipment now. I bought a DSLR. I bought some mics. I bought an interface. I had a good laptop.
A what? A DSLR was that?
It's a camera. This
Okay.
camera.
Okay. And
This is what I do.
is that what you use?
This is what I use, but not now I'm doing it with I got a staff now, so they use their cameras.
My nigga said he got a staff. It's just me in a fucking garage over here.
Hey, but I mean, well, really, it's not like yeah.
Nah,
I mean,
man, I'm talking shit, bro. Talk
yeah.
your shit, King. Talk your shit, nigga.
Well, really, it's a deal that I worked out with this guy that does live streaming at his venue. So
Oh, okay.
we worked out a deal that I'm gonna be there for doing podcasting for the next 6 months, and they gave me a real dope price. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they were working together. So it's dope now because all of my podcasts leading up to my first one there was the one with Caleb.
Wow.
So
Okay.
before that, all my podcasts were on this freaking camera.
Yeah. So that means if
And
your first one there was with Caleb, that means at this point it's just only gonna get better there.
yes,
Yeah. Okay.
yes, bro. Like the content.
Yeah.
I've been like I studied Joe Rogan's podcast. So like content wise, bro, it's just gonna get better and better. And like the type of podcast we're gonna be doing, like, bro, like I want to talk to you like privately and tell you the stuff that's coming up, bro, because it's
Oh yeah,
crazy,
for
bro.
sure, for sure.
It's crazy,
Well,
bro. The ideas that we got.
what are your top three podcasts you listen to?
Joe Rogan. I listen to a lot of like murder mystery ones.
Mm-hmm.
Like damn, I forgot his damn name. Uh, I can't remember his damn name. But there's
Mm.
another guy that he's like a. It's funny because I'm not a Republican. I lean more
Yeah.
to like left a little. But this
Yeah.
guy's a Republican. I listen to his shit, but I forgot his damn name, dude. But like I
Uh,
like political podcasts. I like murder mystery
yeah.
podcasts, and I like just like
Okay.
open dialogue and shit.
Okay. Yeah. I would say mine would be Joe Budden, Bodega Boys,
Joe Budden,
and
bro. That's
yeah.
Drink Champs.
Oh, yeah, Drink Channel. I like Star Talk with Neil deGrasse Tyson. I like
Oh,
spacey
bro,
shit.
Neil man,
What?
I listen to that shit all the time.
Yes, that's my guy. You know what's funny? I'm gonna just give you a backdrop on how I got in the podcast.
Please.
Um, it was my daughter was well, my ex was pregnant, and so during the pregnancy, we would watch whatever. And I remember watching a show on it used to come on Netflix called Marin, and it was about Mark Maron. And Mark Maron to me is the Godfather podcast because I feel like he's been doing it for a long time, and he podcasts out his garage, and he's the only nigga to have podcast Barack Obama like in his fucking garage. And so
What?
yeah, so I'm watching this show, and the show he's a comedian, so the show is about him just being a B-list comedian who lives in California, and he has all these famous friends, so he podcasts in his garage. And I was watching that, and I was like, "Yo, that's fucking dope." And so this is my transition after rap. So like you, I still wanted to do something, and so I'm watching that, and then I start using my resources, talking to rappers, and so I started podcasting. Now the funny thing is, I was podcasting for at least 3 months before I ever listened to a podcast, and that's including mine. Like I've been
That's
podcasting for,
funny.
for for 6 years, and I think maybe the fifth year I really started listening to my like I never used to listen to my shit. I just put it out and just go. You know what I'm saying? But then I started going back and being like, oh shit, the levels are fucked up or the quality. You know what I'm saying? So now I listened to my podcast. But when I first started, I would watch the Marin show, but I never listened to his podcast until he podcast Barack Obama, and then I was just
Mm,
like, and then it was like therapy for me because I was
mm,
like when you're rapping and if it gets to a point your girl's like, yo, I'm tired of this shit, so you got to find something else to do. So yeah, it was like that. But then I realized that, hey, I'm kind of like the plug because I
mm.
know all these people who are artists or whatever, and they're just going around and being however, and nobody gives a fuck about them. But I'm like, hey, I care about you. Let's hear
Give
what
him
you
a
got to say. You
voice.
know what I'm saying? And so I remember, I'm not gonna drop any names, but there's some people that I podcast back in the day, and they were like, yo, like, thank you. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't understand what they have to go through and yada 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 blah blah blah. I know that whole talk,
Exactly.
but for me, when I podcast somebody, I never wanted to benefit me. You know what I'm saying? Like when I podcast people, it's because I genuinely want to talk to them.
Exactly.
I feel like I'm talking a
It's-
lot.
no, that's good. No, it's all good stuff, bro. I feel the same way, man. I feel the same way.
Yeah,
Like a lot of artists, they hit me up too. Like after a podcast, they hit me up. They're like, man, like I'm so happy, like you did this, like that you're doing this for us, that you give a fuck
right.
about us because
Yeah,
without us, they're not really having a voice except for their social medias. You know what I mean?
yeah. So
And
so how? Go ahead.
no, and to do that for them, it's dope. It's beautiful.
So how does Smoke pick who he's gonna podcast? And I'm gonna throw this back up. Now, how do you pick? I'm asking you a lot of questions at one time. How do you pick who you're gonna podcast? What's the maybe I shouldn't ask you all at once. All right, how do you pick who you're gonna podcast?
First example, I got like 3 beers in me already.
Yeah, yeah.
So how I pick, bro? Like bro. Like I have like OCD, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be like the perfect artist at the perfect time for me, bro. Like it's got to be. They have to be doing something. They have to be like putting music out. They have to have just barely performed or something. They have to be relevant in the game.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
have to
Okay.
be. Like there's even veteran rappers that I want to podcast, bro. But I tell them like they hit me up. I tell them like bro, like there's nothing against you. Like I want to podcast you, but like you gotta have something. You gotta promote. Like you got to put
Right,
something out there. I feel like it's the best way. Like because we're gonna be talking about a little bit about you, but we're actually
right.
promoting
Yeah,
music. You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah.
And that's how I feel is the best way to for people to tune in and to listen. You know what I mean? Because they want to
So
hear what the music that's coming out. They want to
yeah.
hear like how what they're doing, like the process of it all. That stuff.
Okay. So it makes sense of why you had Caleb there.
Yes.
So Smokes World, like exactly what's the premise of that podcast? I'm guessing it's a music podcast. Like you're just strictly gonna stick to music and that's it, or are you trying to?
We're doing other things, man. It's all our podcast now. I don't know if you watched this podcast, but I had a podcast with the officer Michael Hamilton at the OPD.
Oh
Or his,
shit! Wow.
yeah, he's actually damn, it's a term that I do not know right now, but he's like head of communications for the OPD.
Damn. How'd that come about?
He's actually a friend. He's actually a DJ Hambone.
What? Damn.
I can't believe you don't know him. He's actually a breakdancer as well.
I would have to see this nigga because I don't know. I've known a few break dancers in my time in West
Yeah,
Texas.
he's very tall, man. He's very tall.
Black,
You know,
white, what is he?
he's black.
Okay, I would have to see.
Yeah. He's
Wow.
a very very nice guy, man. He's been my friend for a while. Um, and so I had did like a little podcast, which is me speaking about like the situation at that
Mm,
time, the like current events, and I was talking about police brutality and the effects of it on young people in America. And
yeah.
so I guess and he knew that I was getting into that and talking about that, and I was being open about it. So he's like, you know what,
Mm,
let's talk. Let's talk. He said that's what I do. I'm a cop. I've been a cop for a long time. I've been in the army, for several
yeah.
years, and I know, and he said basically that's my job too. I'm the head of communications for the OPD. So we had a dope ass podcast, bro. It was very.
Yeah.
I hope you check it out, bro, on YouTube.
Yeah, yeah. Send me that link.
I
So
will.
was the outcome good
Yes,
for
man, it was
that?
a very successful podcast, bro. Like
Yeah,
we're building like a motherfucker, bro. Like we
yeah,
fucking like I was not holding back, bro. Like I was hitting him with hard questions, bro,
yeah,
and
yeah,
he was
yeah,
hitting right back, bro. Like it was like a back and forth. It was, and we laughed about some stuff, and he told some stories.
yeah.
He thought about his military experience and how he became a cop and why he wanted to become a cop. You know what I mean? Like it was a very
Mm.
dope podcast, bro. And we touched on some very important subjects and stuff like that. So that it was like
Wow.
yeah, that was a little different for us, man. Me and brother Jake were we're nervous and stuff. You know what I mean? I was very prepared. You know what I mean? But and it was an adult. I actually did it at the Mellon College. I know somebody who works at the Mellon College here, and so it was a nice room. Like it had a big ass table, and it was like a dope ass background and shit.
Man, Milton College, nigga, you about to make me jealous again, nigga. Shit. Yeah,
And you
so
know what's
you
crazy? That's one of my best
what?
podcasts. Like with the cop, bro, and it didn't get a lot of love. It didn't get a lot of views.
I mean, shit, put the whole back out. Put it back in
Yeah,
rotation.
no,
Shit. You know what
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna find some way. It's actually on Spotify. For people don't know. For the people who don't know, it's on Spotify, iTunes,
Everywhere.
iHeartRadio. It's
Everywhere you
everywhere,
can
bro.
find. Yeah, that's what I've been trying to tell
Yeah,
people too, because people think just because I share a link from SoundCloud that it's just I'm like, no, it's fucking everywhere. Like
yeah,
I listen to my podcast on Castbox, you know what I'm saying? But I just put
yeah,
SoundCloud because it's you ain't gotta download it, you know, or you probably do, but I don't know. It's
yeah,
just
yeah.
where I share it
We
from.
got download the app. But
But okay, so okay, what was I gonna say?
oh, I
So
was gonna
okay,
say,
so
I was gonna get back to when I was like when I first started doing the podcast.
mhm,
Um, I remember how it was so like it's so dope having people do it all for me now. Because
right.
before, bro, I would literally have my laptop right in front of me. I had the camera, and I had to be checking the camera, and I
Yeah.
had like my little mouse, and I was checking audios, bro, like throughout the entire podcast.
Yeah.
And I have a very powerful laptop. It's a very good laptop, but it's old though. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, yeah,
So sometimes some little shit would happen, bro, and we lost a lot of footage sometimes, bro.
yeah.
Like it
Yeah.
was fucked up. But I'll be there like stressing, like looking at the camera, asking questions, trying to talk, trying to
Yeah.
build dialogue, and messing with my laptop all at the same time, bro.
Yeah.
And that shit sucked, bro. I hated it, bro. And most of the time we're high as fuck, bro. So like I can't, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like
Nigga, I've had that happen to me before, and I'm just sitting there talking, nigga, and we're about like an hour in. Now look, nigga, my computer was frozen at 16 seconds, nigga. Yo, I I yeah, that shit hurt so bad, like to the point that when I only use my laptop if I do live, like not live, but like face to face podcasts. And so to the point now where I be doing it, I just be looking at it, you know. But now my laptop is in a better situation. But oh yeah, you know, so brother Jake works with you.
yes, he's on all my podcasts.
Was he a battle rapper? He was a battle rapper.
He
He
better
was
rap a couple times
something.
actually.
Or he
He
was
did.
a rap. Didn't he win?
He actually was in a freestyle contest, but no, he didn't get. He lost to Ono actually.
I was gonna say yeah, Ono won, yeah. Niggas
Yeah,
ain't
he's
beating Ono. Yeah.
brother Jake's
What's
pretty upset about that.
What's crazy is Ono's a good rapper and he's a good fighter. So that,
Hell yeah.
Ono's the
That
only
motherfucker's
you.
evaluations.
This is the only MMA rapper friend that I have. You know what I'm saying? I love Ono. Okay, so are you and brother Jake picking the people, or is it you?
Hey, brother Jake, sometimes he'll like he'll throw some names at me. You know what I
So
mean? Like
how did he become your partner?
so, I the first two podcasts that I did were just by myself. Was Nick D was my first one, and D Man was my second one.
Mm,
Shout out to D Man, he's locked up right now. Free homeboy.
for you.
He's a very young rapper. He's pretty dope out here out of Midland. But
Mm,
anyways, so I did those, and then brother, one time I was because I had a painting company at the time, and I was looking to hire somebody, and brother Jake hit me up. He's like, I need a job, so I put him on, and when we kind of knew each other a little bit before because performing and seeing each other
yeah.
in the rap game. So I put him on, and I told him and one day I was like, you know what, bro? Like he's a real funny guy and a very talkative person. So like, you
Mm,
know what, should join the podcast with me, bro. You know what I mean? Let's do it together and shit. So
yeah.
that's how we started doing it. And people, like they like when people see sMokes World, they think of me and brother Jake.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So so Fuck, I lost. See, that's why I try not to smoke too much on the podcast. I be forget what the fuck.
Yeah, I just took a couple hits, I put it down and shit.
Yeah, nigga. Yo, you know what's crazy? I've always thought you lived in Odessa. I did not know that you lived in Midland, and I've never
Yes.
like seen you in Midland.
Yeah, Midlander, bro. Like, yeah, because it's funny. A lot of people think that because I've done so much shows in Odessa.
Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I mean? I'm always over there doing shit like that. But I'm also doing shows in Midland. I've done plenty of shows in Midland, and I mess with a lot of rappers from Midland as well. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I fuck
I
with
was
both
like,
cities like heavily.
what places did you perform at in Midland?
At Atrium Lounge.
Okay, see, I've never been there.
Never been there.
Uh,
That's pretty much the only venue, and like three venues in Odessa.
okay. So I was gonna say, don't you be talking about some Zax and Remy, nigga. I'm not performing there. I'm not performing at Zax and Remy ever, nigga. I mean,
I've been to a couple
one
shows
time,
over there, bro. It's crazy.
yeah, yes, it is. One time there was this I heard this story. I wasn't there, but I used to go to Zach's on Sundays because it was old school night. And then one day there's a guy, and I guess he got into it with another guy, and he tried to pistol whip him in the head, but he pistol whipped in the wrong way and just shot him in the head and killed him. And so I was like, yeah, I'm not going to Zach's. And Remy, I've been to Remy once, and after I saw how it was when you see yourself in that mirror, I was like, fuck that. I'm not. Fuck that.
Yeah, it was crazy over there, bro. There was a lot of crazy shit that happened in those fucking venues.
Yo, you got kids? You got
Got
kids.
four kids.
Damn, what are the ages?
12, 11, 7, and 6.
Boys, girls,
Three
mix.
boys, one girl.
Damn, who's the oldest?
Levy. It's
That's
Levy,
a boy.
Steven, and I got one girl, Maria. Levy, Steven, Maria, and Carlos.
Do your kids ever make you want to fight them? 'Cause, mind
Me,
you,
me, not so much. My wife, she probably wants to fight with them every
yeah,
morning, probably.
yeah, that's my. You know, what's funny is when I first saw your name back in the day. I remember I used to call you Levy, but people would correct me and say that your name was Levi.
That's crazy because it's Levy. So you thought it was Levy in the beginning?
I thought it was Levy, and the nigga like, nah, it's Levi. And I was like, what? Really? That nigga, okay. And so I've always just when I mentioned either Smoke or Levi, and I wanted to clarify that. So thank you. And for the niggas
Yeah.
who told me otherwise, fuck you.
That's funny. It's funny as hell. Like people usually think Levi first, the way you know it's spelled.
Yeah. Nah, I
Yeah,
thought Levy.
yeah,
Now,
it's Levy. It's Levy.
Smoke the entrepreneur. Now, you know what's funny is and I don't want to put your business out there, but I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit. You know how I always be not watching, but when I found out about your fire thing and all that stuff, I don't want to say fire thing because that was a pretty big thing. But when I was watching that, I remember, I believe this was you. This was you that you were working with a nigga who tried to jip you and not pay you.
Yes.
I tell you, I be paying attention to shit. I just don't say nothing. And I remember that you were going, like you were saying how this went and all this, but another proud moment, saying how all this went and this nigga didn't pay you and you worked and you know your worth. And then I was like, damn, hope nigga get his money. And I look up and now you got your own company. What the fuck happened? You see, you just be doing it, nigga.
See what it is. I'm actually like sometimes like I do have
Shout
my
out
own company.
Jerica. Sorry to say hi to my friend Jerica. She watching.
No.
What you say?
I do have my own company, painting company, but like sometimes I get slow and I'll go work for
Mm-hmm.
somebody else when
Mm-hmm.
I got downtime. So like but like I've always had my painting companies for the past 7-8 years.
So okay, how do you I guess for anybody who's wanting to start some type of business, how do you find clients and shit? You know what I'm saying? Because I know you have a name for yourself, you have your employees now, but
Yes.
what is this starting thing like?
So just how to start a business, basically, what you're asking me.
Yeah.
Well, it's all about saving money, bro. You gotta save money before you do it. You gotta have a backup plan. You gotta stack up on some bread, save and save and save, And when you're ready to make that jump, you have to be completely ready mentally and physically. You know what I mean?
Right, right,
Because really, the only person you can depend on in the beginning of starting a business is yourself.
right,
Nobody else. Can't depend on nobody to bail you out. You know what I
right.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
And even though there's some times that happened, I needed to borrow money actually. But so in the beginning, you gotta have money saved up, and you just you gotta fucking advertise like a motherfucker. Newspaper,
Yeah.
radio, and what I did newspaper and radio, and I walked around and knocked on people's doors, bro. Like literally for days and days and days, bro. I
Really?
I've had people call like threaten to call the cops on me and shit. I've had people slam the door in my face, and then I've had people who
what,
were friendly and shit. And they took my fucking.
what was your pitch?
Oh, I was like, hey man, your house looks like it needs like a paint job. You know what I mean? Like it's beautiful house,
Yeah,
but like it may need a fresh coat of paint. You know what I mean? It may need a
yeah.
power wash or something like that, and I can do that for you, and I can do that for you for a very cheap price. So that's basically what I was hit them up with,
And
and I
somebody
would
be like,
try to
I'm
like
calling the cops because of that.
sometimes, bro. Sometimes people just don't want you on knocking on their front door. Like we're living in a
Yeah,
different time now. People don't do
right,
that no more. People don't knock on
right.
people's doors. Like
Yeah, true that.
even though this was about 6 7 years ago when I was doing this, still around that time people weren't the people like getting businesses by like seeing advertisements and calling on the phone or text messaging and stuff like that. That's how
Yeah.
people go about it now. You know what I mean? It's not it's not like talking to each other personally anymore.
Hmm.
But so I remember sometimes I would walk up to a house and I would like look for signs, like look for things about them. Like they had like a Longhorns flag or Dallas Cowboys flag on the front of their house.
Yeah.
I would knock on the door. I'm like, hey man, how about that Cowboys game, man? Cowboys gonna make it this year, right? You know what I mean? So like, I would always try to find what their interests were, and I would build on that and shit.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I got a lot of work like that. So and then at the end, you gotta. I mean, another big thing about starting a business is once you get your customer is your motherfucking daddy. All right, you gotta respect your customer 100%. They're always
Yeah.
right, and you gotta let them know that you're willing to do anything that you have to do to make them satisfied. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
all about customer relationships, bro.
I briefly did painting like back in the Gap in Midland, and I was actually working with my homie in Grasslands. Like they were working with Robert Graham and all the motherfuckers.
Oh, Robert
And
Graham's a big bidder. Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
When I was you're real young, I worked for a company that did houses for Robert Graham.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Me and his son were Caleb, we were really fucking cool.
Really,
But
that's crazy.
it was just that he was like rich white and I was like just poor black, you know what I'm saying? So so we would just like smoke and chill, but we never like went out into the world together, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
he was cool. But I remember being at doing those houses in Grassland, and you know what I'm saying, you just doing all that shit, and then the person would come in and be like, uh the crown motor, you know what I'm saying? But so I get what you're saying when you say like they're like the daddy, you know what I mean? Because it's a lot of money these motherfuckers are paying for it, and they be so I used to hate when people just sit there and watch. You know what I'm saying? You pay and
Yeah,
I wasn't a good painter. Like my homie just literally put me on, but I wasn't a good painter. You know what I'm saying? And that got me nowhere. Like I had to quit. I was like, fuck that. But
yeah. You gotta like. You can't let your customer talk shit to you. They disrespect you. Then yeah, you gotta speak up for yourself.
they never.
Yeah,
Boy, the white people never talk shit to me. They
yeah,
they they love me because it was me and no offense, but it was just a bunch of Hispanics and half the motherfuckers didn't speak English, so that they were cool to see.
yeah.
He's one of the good ones. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the good ones.
I was referring to when I said that that you gotta give customers your all. You do gotta give them your all, but
Yeah, yeah.
there's a line that they can cross though. You know what I mean?
Right, of course, of course. Okay,
Yeah.
so you have your business, you have your podcast, and so then again, I'm scrolling the web, looking what type of fucked up memes I can take and all this shit, and then I see, rest in peace, I see that you're doing a booster video. You're what is it? Reviewing or reaction
Reaction
to
videos.
to a booster video, and I was just like, again, damn, this nigga got his hands in all type of shit, you know. And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
what made you? And remember, I asked you about how you were doing the reaction video. What made you be like, hey, I'm gonna start doing reaction videos?
Well, I wanted to be a YouTuber. I want to be a YouTuber. That's the thing. That's why I'm doing the podcast and reaction videos. All and I got all kinds of content. But so
Hmm.
I just like went down the YouTube rabbit hole one day, and I
Yeah,
saw that was a thing. I saw that people were reacting to videos and they were good and like getting like lots of reactions and and people like
yeah,
that. People like seeing their music get reacted to as well.
right,
And
right,
and people just like seeing other people's opinions on music that they like as well too. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
like so I started doing that. It's fun to do that, bro. It really is. And shit.
Do artists hit you up and be like, hey, can you do a reaction video?
Yeah, there are. I've only done one local rapper. I've only done Boosta.
Right,
All the reaction videos that I do are like mainstream artists.
right, okay. Like,
But
would you go ahead?
there are local rappers that do hit me up and shit. And I just want to say to them right now because I have had so many rappers ask me to review their music, and I don't do that on my YouTube. But I do go live and listen to. I do music reviews on live though on Facebook.
Now, would you charge those rappers?
See, that's what I don't want to do. I don't want to. And they've offered me. They've offered me like good prices and shit. But I just don't. I don't know, bro. I don't want to go. I don't know. Like I don't want to put just anybody on there.
Right, because then
I don't want to. I don't
you
want
just
to
be
saturate. I don't want to saturate my YouTube channel.
right. Yep.
You know what I mean? I don't want to water it down, bro. Because then I'll start getting people who are like, why the fuck are you like reacting to this? Because like, but I'm doing it because I have to because I got paid for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then you
And
be
then,
having
but
niggas trying to fight you because you did the wrong
yeah,
reaction. Yeah.
local rappers, bro. Because I'm going to tell the truth. You know what I mean? I'm going to review the
Yeah.
show. I'm going to tell the truth.
Right.
And then I
Yeah, of
think
course.
it's just gonna cause too much bullshit. You know what I mean? They're gonna be too salty, and I
Yeah.
don't I don't want all
I feel you. So then why the booster reaction video?
that because I felt like he deserved it.
Yeah.
Like straight up. Booster paved the way, bro. Here in Midland, Texas,
Yeah.
bro. And Odessa, Texas, all of West Texas. When he was
Yeah.
putting out videos, hardly anybody else was doing it around here, bro.
Right, right. Yeah.
Nobody had merch like Booster, bro. He had
I
towels.
know. That
He
nigga
had
had yeah.
smoke.
That nigga
Smoke.
had
He had
everything.
fucking water bottles, bro. He had his
Yeah.
own water bottles, bro. Like
Yeah.
who the fuck does that? They don't do that around here. They don't got
Hmm.
lighters and keychains and
Yeah.
towels and shirts and they go to car shows and they would have like 10 girls wearing their fucking merch in front of the booths.
Yeah.
They weren't doing that, bro. Nobody else was doing that. Booster did that, bro, and he was one of the first ones to do it. And I feel like especially him being from Midland and me being
Hmm.
he was a good friend of mine as well. I actually knew him. I didn't like know him like how some of the people from his camp know him, but
Yeah.
like, we're like friends here and there. You know what I mean? I talked to him here and there, and especially towards right before he passed away, me and him were actually chopping it up a
Yeah.
lot around that
Right.
time.
Yeah.
So I feel like
Yeah.
he deserved it, and I feel like I needed to do that for him, put it on my
Of
YouTube, and
course.
just
Of
and I fuck
course.
with Young Pacino, bro. I fuck with Young Pacino heavy. I fuck with
Pacino, my
Sapo.
nigga. Yeah, Sapo, my nigga too. Airing all the
Yeah,
niggas, man.
some good people, bro. Some real good people, man.
I forget which one, I get the brothers mixed up. Which one was the one that just got out not too long ago?
From Respect is
Uh,
Due.
Like got out of jail. Like
Droopy. Well, he's been out for like a
no,
year
no,
already, I think.
no. I'm talking about like Booster's brothers. I think it was Aaron.
Yeah,
Was
yeah, Sapo. It's Sapo.
like them
And he had
niggas.
another brother that's up.
Them niggas were so like 100 with me, as the kids would say, that like through all like my career and of knowing them, like if they ever had big shows, like they let me roll with them, be backstage. But I remember I fucked with them so hard that I was living in Austin and I was gone from West Texas already for like maybe 3 or 4 years. And Booster had put on Facebook like his brother was in jail or something and to write him,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And I never
yeah,
really knew his brother like that. But until the time that nigga got out, I wrote this nigga like once a week. And this was before like JPay. So I'm handwriting this nigga. You know what I'm saying? And I just always they've always just been good with me. You know what I'm saying? Like I've always just fuck with them hard. And I'm not the type of nigga to just be writing niggas in jail. You know what I'm saying? Unless you like my
yeah,
family. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
and, and I did that. And homie was like, yo, I'm not asking for no money. Like, we just talking. So I just let him know what's going on about my life and shit. And then when he got out, like, you know what I'm saying, me and him became cooler and shit. You know what I'm saying? But
That's
like
dope.
the respect to do niggas, like they're some good ass people, man. They're
Some
like some
good
good ass
fucking
people.
people, bro. That's why I
Yeah.
fuck with them heavy, bro, man. And shout out, they have the little youngin from Respecters Do Records now. One of them is Booster's. I think it's his cousin.
Hmm.
I think it's his cousin. Little Taz and
Hmm.
Young Pacino's son, bro.
Oh wow,
They're
Pacino's
rapping
son
now.
rapping.
Yeah, Young Pacino's son, bro. And they're representing Respecters Do Records instead of coming up.
Damn. That's
Hell
what's up. Man, it's crazy. Pacino got his son rapping. That nigga Pacino look like he like 22.
yeah.
That nigga look young, man.
Pacino's he's actually like around my age. He's like 33, 34.
Okay, yeah, I'm 34 too. I'm born in 86. When's your birthday?
86 October
Okay,
20.
mine July. July 21st.
Okay.
So I'm older than you. Yeah.
A little older than me.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
And before we wrap up, because we're at the hour mark, I call this "What's Your Life Like?" Now, I was gonna incorporate this to talk about like the fire and all that shit, but we already talked about that. So, what's your life like? What do you want the people to know about Smokes?
All right. Um, my right now my goal, bro. 5 year goal is to get shitload of subscribers on YouTube. I'm going full force into YouTube. If you go to my YouTube channel right now, it's youtube.com/smokesworld. All right, I got shitload of content. I got over like I think maybe like 30 videos, 40 videos now. My
Jeez.
subscribers are going up. I just passed 200 subscribers. I'm
Yeah.
trying to get to fucking 500 subscribers real quick. So that's what I'm doing right now. And we're actually right now, I'm don't not running my company right now as of the moment this moment, but I am a foreman for a big company, and I
Mm,
do you know what I mean. So that's what I'm doing. I like work is really taking up a lot of my time right now, but I still gotta find time to do the podcast because that's really my number one passion and shit.
right.
And within 5 years, I want to do full. I don't want to do YouTube full time. That's my
Yeah.
goal.
It can be done.
And yeah, got to keep at it, man. Got to be consistent, and that's what it's about. And right now, we had a lot of people donate to us when our house got burned down. So we both like a lot of people from my family they helped donate money to us, and then with the money we've been saving for the past 7 8 months, we're
Mm.
actually looking to buy a new home now. That money.
Hey, that's what's up. So you
Yeah,
ought to fucking come up, man.
yeah, man. I'm trying to get back up there, man, because that was a big because that mobile home that burned down, I was still paying on it. You know what I mean?
What about insurance?
Didn't have insurance.
Lesson
Yeah,
learned.
lesson learned. When I told my
Yeah.
wife when we get a house, first thing we're fucking getting is house insurance. So
Yeah.
fucking
Right. Yes. Damn. So
yeah.
how did your kids take the fire? How was that? How did that affect them?
You know, they're still young. They're still young. You know what I mean? My oldest ones they're pretty being up about it. Like my oldest, like the most. You know what I mean? Like I remember after the fire, we're going through things and we're finding little toys and finding little things that like photos and stuff like that. And it really, I could tell that it hurt him. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
he was trying real hard to find everything that we could good that burned down. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
He was trying to salvage as much stuff as he could, and that shit hurt my heart.
Damn.
But I
Well,
told
you
my
back
son, you know what I mean? These are material things.
right.
We got each other. We still got jobs. Y'all are
Yeah.
healthy, and that's the only thing that fucking matters, boy. And
Right.
I told him that. I told my son, like, after I started doing a podcast or two, I told him, like, you see me doing this podcast and you see me doing these extra things because when we fall down, when we have bad stuff happen to us like this, and we let it beat us, and we just lie down and let it run over us, we're never gonna become nothing living your life
Mm,
like that. You
yeah.
can't be lazy. You can't let it like keep you down. You gotta get the fuck up, wake up, dust your shoulders off, and get back at it, bro. That's all you can
Yeah.
do, man.
Yeah.
Keep on moving. Keep on fucking achieving your goals, man. Gotta set goals.
Well, yeah. Look at you, inspirational, man.
Yeah, man.
Damn. Any tell the people how they can find you.
All right, man. Go to Facebook. I have a Facebook page, Smokes World, or you can find me on my personal page, Levi Berlanga, Berlanga. And then you can go to youtube.com/Smokes World. You go to Instagram, Smokes World Podcast. You can go on Twitter, Smokes World Podcast. and any freaking streaming like you can imagine. Spotify, iHeart, TuneIn, all that good shit. SoundCloud, everything, man. Just type in Smokes World Podcast and it'll pop right up. Promise you.
Yeah, man. As we were talking, I keep looking at the time, and I feel like time flew by like
It
too quick.
did,
You know what I'm saying?
bro. It
Like
flew by, bro.
it flew by. It flew by quicker than like because there's so much more. You know what I'm saying? That
Yes,
that
bro.
that that I want to get in, and we're gonna have to do a part two.
Oh, bro.
Like
Hey,
like
bro.
like definitely.
We have to, bro. I what I want would be dope is you if you could come to my podcast,
Oh well, that can happen because my youngest daughter lives in Midland.
bro.
Yes, sir. Yes.
How
Look at
soon can we make
God.
this happen, bro? Let's set a date. Come to
Yeah, let's
my
do it.
podcast, bro. Let's
Yeah,
get
hell
that whole
yeah.
fucking experience. I want you to be there, and I want you to get the whole experience working with the guys that I'm working with now, bro. The camera crew is dope. You're gonna feel like a fucking star.
Bro, I want to feel Hollywood. I feel like a broke podcaster right now in my shit. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Just me.
you're gonna
Huh?
definitely feel like one there, bro. You're gonna feel like a star, bro.
Hell yeah. Like I got a podcast. I'm the only podcast nigga that has a co-host that's never on my show. My niggas just be in the comments just talking shit. But I love it though because he's the guy that bounced my ideas off and everything. You know what I'm saying? But man, smokes, man, I appreciate you for taking the time. I appreciate you for taking the
Yes,
time and talking to me and for hearing me out for my bones to pick at
yeah,
you or me being mad at you. You know what I'm saying,
yeah.
man? But it's all love, dog. And I want to see you. I want to see you make it, dog. I want to see you like I enjoy watching you. I enjoy seeing you come up, nigga. And
Thank
just
you.
to let you know, I gave you a little something like I'm not nobody, but I be watching people. You know what I'm saying? And I always, no pun intended, but I like to give respect to where respect is due.
Respect is due. I like that pun. Hey, hey, bro. Of course, bro. Hey, much love to you. You're doing your thing. I love your podcast.
Thank you,
And
man.
every time we put a podcast, I'm gonna be sharing that shit, bro. Because you're doing your thing, and I definitely get drive inspiration from you, bro. For real.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. Moke and friends, it has been Moke and Smoke in the Mokes
Smoke,
world. Moke and
smoke,
Smoke.
world, bro. Smoking, smoking, friends,
Yes,
smoke.
sir. I
It is what it
appreciate you,
is.
man.
Thank you so much, bro. Keep on doing your
Hey,
thing, bro. Keep on going up,
hey,
my G.
yes, sir. Text me so we can talk about some shit.
Yes, sir.
All right,
Definitely.
man. Holla.
Yes, sir.